All right. Hey, everybody. Just giving it a couple of moments for YouTube to catch up to the stream, and then we'll start doing our thing. So I'm not sure if you guys can hear me or not, but we'll see how it goes. All right. There we go. There we go. Now we are live. All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Misfit Corner Scams. This is the Artist Knows Andrew speaking. It's Saturday night, and we are live streaming once again. Hope you all had a fantastic week. I hope you all had a fantastic Thanksgiving. Ours was actually pretty great. It was very quiet in the fact that everything prior to the dinner part was very calm and peaceful. I ended up getting up early and doing some work and, just had a nice quiet day. And then we went to my sister's house and it was very, very low stress and a lot of fun. It was great. We had a great time. So I hope everybody else had very similar experiences. All right, let me open this up all the way so we can start saying hi to people and see who all's here. Oh, let me get to the top of the chat. For some reason, my computer is just going slow as molasses this evening, and I scroll down and nothing happens. But all right, here we are. Sarah's here. Hey, Sarah, how's it going? Says hello, all. Hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving with family and friends. Very good, very good. Tim's here. Hey, Tim, how's it going? Says good evening, all from Western Kentucky. Welcome to the show, Tim. Glenn's here. Hey, Glenn, how's it going? Good evening, all. Welcome, welcome. Sarah says hello from Connecticut. Jim R's here, says good evening, all. Hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving. Not too bad. There's a message from me saying be right there. Yeah, actually, I got everything set up on time. And I was going to go live, but I forgot I need to invite Avery. So I went to go hit the invite, and the computer was just going so slow. I don't know if it was the internet or what happened, but we're here and we're doing our thing. Glass Bottles here says, hey, hello, E&E, LAF again, just JK. Okay. Welcome, Glass Bottle. Darlene's here. Hey, Darlene, how's it going? Hello from New Hampshire. Welcome to the show, of course. Sarah says, we went to the haunted restaurant and the lights went out while we were eating. Oh, goodness. Now, did the lights go out because there was a power loss, or did the lights go out because it was part of the whole deal? It's interesting. Interesting. Tim's here, says, that's creepy. Yes, it is. You know what? In all the years that I've had my store at the flea market has only ever lost power one time, and it was close to the end of the day. And I remember there were two guys in the store with me. One is a guy who's a regular. His name's Damien. And then another guy who we were having a conversation with. And when the power went out, I'm looking outside the window of my store, and I see all these people walking by, and I'm like, ooh, this is not a good time to have your store open when there's no power. So I locked the door, and the three of us were in the store just chit-chatting until I don't even know if the power came back on or not. I don't remember. I remember closing everything up and leaving. But yeah, I think there was some like major power outage, and it can be very creepy. But I was like, I'm not taking any chances. So I locked the doors. Bebe is here, says, hey, Drew. Says, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Bebe says, I'm Bebe, but my real name is Bertha. Okay, well, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. Manuel's here. Good evening, Manuel. How are you? He says, good evening and happy Saturday, Drew. It is a fantastic Saturday. Thank you so much for coming in. Bebe says, hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Absolutely. Smidgen's here. Hey, Smidgen. Says hi to everybody. Jim says, good evening to Manuel. Glass Bottle says, about time. We waited a week for you to go live. LOL, JK. Yeah. I know. There was a time a couple years ago where I was doing 3 live streams on my comic channel, like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I did 3 live streams, and that takes a lot out of a person, to be honest with you. 3 nights a week, it's kind of crazy. Right now, I literally do 3 live streams, but 2 of them are on a whole different channel, or on my buddy Todd's channel. So I only do 1 live stream on my channel. And at the moment, that's enough for me. Maybe one of these days we'll expand it. We'll add more times. But for right now, I love getting together with you guys on Saturday, and I appreciate you hanging out with me. Berths is here, says hello, one and all. Welcome to the show. Baby says Thanksgiving was also my birthday. Oh, well, fantastic. Well, happy birthday. Happy belated birthday, I should say. Manuel says good evening to Berths. Tim says I have watched a commercial where they make me feel sorry for the elephants. I think those are scams. I do not know. I don't know what commercial you're talking about, but a commercial that makes you feel sorry for elephants. Okay, I don't think I've seen that one. Manuel says happy birthday to Bebe. Bebe says hi to Bertha from Bertha. Darlene says Thanksgiving at our house Thursday. Then today we took our food to the sister who lives alone. Oh, goodness. Okay, well, that's very nice of you. Very good. Luckily, the majority of my family that lives here in town was pretty much at the dinner, so that's a good thing. Sarah says, where's Avery? I'm not sure. I sent him the invite right before we went live. I'm not sure what he's doing, but if he can join, he'll join. We'll see. I don't pressure him too much because I know his schedule is very different from mine, where I'm an early riser. I work all day and then I do this stuff at the night. As an artist, his schedule is often flipped, sleeps during the day, works all night long. So if he's like crashed right now, not a big deal, not a big deal. But I did send him an invite. So if he can join, that'd be great. Pez is here. Hey, Pez, how's it going? Says, good day, Drew and everyone. Hope you all are doing well. Fantastic. Thank you. Jim says, had a good time visiting friends in Pennsylvania and watched a lot of movies and too much food. That's always the trick right there, is trying not to eat too much food. Actually, we had turkey, we had ham, we had mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, and then a couple other things I don't touch. It was like green bean casserole. You can keep that. I like green beans, but I'm not a fan of green bean casserole. So that kind of just, and there were, I think, 3 different pies, blueberry pie, apple pie, and pumpkin pie. And then my wife made pumpkin spice cupcakes, and she did frosted flowers, different frosted flowers on top of them. Oh my gosh, they were delicious. They looked gorgeous. I did take a few pictures of them. I don't know if I can. Showing you guys pictures doesn't really work very well. So, but she made some really nice, pretty cupcakes, and they were awesome. Hold on a second. All right, that wasn't for me. I'm just checking my phone to see if Avery had texted me. Manuel says, good evening. Happy Saturday night to Darlene. It says, Manuel says, good morning to Pez. Benny's here. Hey, Benny, how's it going? Texas is here. Hello, Drew. Welcome to the show, Benny. Welcome to the show. Benny, are you a Texan fan from the football team? Because we play you guys tomorrow, and I'm not taking bets or making any predictions, but Jags are going to kick their butt. They're gonna have to. They're gonna have to. Hey, Tattle's here. Hey, Tattle, how's it going? As predicted, my scammers worked on Thanksgiving and denied it was a holiday. Mine did not deny it was a holiday, but they did work on Thanksgiving. I actually got 3 calls, or I should say, I got 3 calls that I actually answered. The first one I made into a short, which you guys have probably seen because I put it up yesterday. I think that was Friday's short. There was another call that I got where I was talking to the scammer, and I was asking him why he was calling on Thanksgiving, and I told him, I says, and what's so funny is this was around 5:30 in the evening, and the family and we were all playing a game, and my family, knowing I'm on a call, wouldn't be quiet and let me do the call. So they just kept on talking, and I'm like, guys, I'm on a call, and they're like, we don't care. Get off the phone. It's like, whatever. So I did a second recording. The third one, I don't think anybody was there. I don't think anybody said anything. But I talked to 2 people. One of them, you guys probably already heard. The second one, you hear my family talking. And, oh, goodness. You hear my family talking in the background, so it's not a good recording. But what I find so funny is after I got off the call, I'm like, guys, and they're like, we don't care. It's like, well, thank you so much. This is kind of my job, to take these calls and to mess with these scammers. And you guys are just, they don't care. None of them do, but that's okay. I don't think they would care about my regular day job either. Bebe says, this is creepy. Oh, yes. Manuel says, Tattle, happy Saturday evening. Pez says, good day to Manuel. Hope you are doing well today, mate. Manuel says, Benny Cooks, happy Saturday. Manuel says, I'm doing good on a Saturday night. Fantastic. Burr says, my name is Bertha also. Oh, there you go. Bebe says, I pronounce it BB. Oh, okay. I now got that right. I will do my best to keep that straight. Welcome again to the show then, BB. Benny says, happy Saturday. Absolutely. Jim says, where's Avery? Not sure yet. Actually, hold on a second. Quick second. My phone did ding a couple of times, so let me just check and see. Because usually if he's not able to join, he'll send me a message. I'm just going to check my phone. Nope, I don't have anything from him, so... All right. That's it. I haven't heard from him, so I'm not sure. Manuel says, Drew, tomorrow Jags versus Houston's absolutely is going to be awesome. It's going to be a good game. I'm praying that it's going to be a good game. And I'm praying that the Jags win because we played the Texans already once this year and they kicked our butt. They destroyed us here at home, so now it's our turn to return the favor. Sarah says lights went out because of the ghost. Okay. Let me ask, by any chance, was there candlelight? Maybe. I think if I was sitting down at a restaurant for dinner, even if I knew it was a haunted dining restaurant, and all the lights went out, I'd probably pee my pants. That kind of thing. I don't like jump scares in movies and stuff like that. So something like that, like it would freak me out. But I'm fairly certain you held your own, right, Sarah? You were okay. You did good because you're talking to us now. So I'm assuming everything came out okay. But I don't think I could handle that. BB says cool to births. Glass Bottle says Manuel, hello again. Manuel says says hi to Glass Bottle. Glass Bottle says the scam calls have slowed a bit. I think as long as people abuse and belittle them. I'm not sure. I always find it interesting how the scam calls tend to pick up closer to the end of the month, almost like they have a quota. But this month, they've actually slowed down. And I think it has more to do with the holiday or the holidays than anything else. I'm expecting Monday to be a normal, regular day, 25, 30 calls, that kind of thing. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Manuel says to Mr. Mosen, happy Saturday. Glass Bottle says scammers get butt hurt when you abuse them. Yeah, well, but they keep calling. Smidgen says to Glenn, I left that too. There was none left. I left that too. There was none left. Okay, what did Glenn say that you're referring to? Oh, okay. I missed one. Oh, I missed a couple. Oh, heck. Guys, I'm so sorry. I don't know how I missed a bunch of. I didn't go in order. All right. Let's see. Birth says, I got a scam call today, wanted to help me with my taxes. I told her I haven't worked since I was 3 years old. Oh, goodness. Pez says, good day to Glass Bottle. Tim says they used old elephants with a pile. They use old elephants with a pile of tusks. Then they have a baby elephant that's having trouble standing. If you donate, they will send a stuffed elephant. Oh, geez, Louise. That seems like such a waste of money. That's crazy. Manuel says, happy Saturday, Jim. Manuel says, my niece, she buys plates for us for Thanksgiving. Very nice. Oh, here we go. M. Mahosen says, I work in a call center in India. You do? Now, do you work in one of those good call centers in India, or do you work in one that likes to take advantage of people and steal from them? Because there are valid call centers in India. No lie, that is an industry over there. Matter of fact, one of the banks that I used to work for had a call center in India that did some of the customer service, some of the basic customer service stuff. So there are legitimate call centers in India. No lie, but there's also a lot of crappy ones that try to take advantage of people. So I'd hate to think any of my listeners or my fans would be involved in that, but a job's a job in some places. Glenn says, I made Jiffy cornbread casserole, turned out great. Okay, we had the Jiffy cornbread conversation last week. Smidgen says, if you're not seeing the preview of the movie The Beekeeper, I recommend it. It's relevant to what we fight. Okay, is that the one that has Jason Statham in it? Is that the one I'm thinking of? I think so. Let me know, Smidgen. M Motion says, I work in a call center in India, but we don't scam. We sell life insurance, Medicare supplemental plans. Okay. Well, that's good. There's a lot of scammers out there that claim to be selling life insurance and Medicare plans. But, as long as you're one of the honest ones, I'm all for it. Okay. Manuel says, Drew, my team Dallas Cowboys win over Washington Thursday afternoon. We're 8-3. Excellent. Well, we're 7-3 right now, so we'll see if we can catch up with you tomorrow. Glass Bottle says the scam calls have slowed. Yep, I caught up to that. Okay. Manuel says, happy Saturday. Glass Bottle says scammers get butt hurt. Yep. Smidgen says to Glenn, I left that too. There was none left. Okay. He was talking about the Jiffy cornbread. Okay, now I'm back up. I'm back in track. Goodness gracious. Manuel says, that's my niece's dog's name, BB. He's a male. Okay. Okay. BB? All right. I'm with you. Manuel says, happy Saturday to Glenn. BB says, thanks, Drew. I know that some think I am doing BB from the Spanish word for baby. All of my names start with B. Also, my grandmother, who was also named Births, used BB. Okay, very good. Smidgen says to Glenn, my typing is off. I can't focus on the screen tonight for some reason. Oh, goodness. Codlink78 says, hello, Misfit. Not long found your video and love your content. Thank you for annoying scammers. Well, no problem. Absolutely love it. M Motion says, guys, I also work in a call center in India. I just want to let you know that every caller don't scam. Some people are scammers, but we sell life insurance, provide an attorney for Camp Lejeune claims. So, dude, you're going through a list of the scammer calls that I get on a daily basis. So if that's what you do, maybe you are out there helping people, and that's great. But there's a lot of people out there taking advantage of people, claiming to be selling life insurance and helping them provide attorneys for Camp Lejeune. So, because I get those calls as well, and I always ask, what's the name of the attorney you're trying to refer me to? They hate to answer that question. They never answer that question, but that's a basic question. If you're giving out that information, then I could trust you. But if you're lying and you're spoofing somebody else's number, dude, that's not good. Sarah says, I was great. It was awesome. It was great. It was awesome. Okay, fantastic. Manuel says to Cod Links, happy Saturday night. Darlene says, we don't get many scam calls. Well, that's good for you. Good. There's a part of me that wishes I didn't get as many scam calls as I do, but then there's another part of me that loves messing with them so much that I enjoy it. So there you go. BB says, don't understand why the scammers hang up on me when I told her I was having lunch and eating a dead cow burger. That's funny. That's good. Glass Bottle says, nope, the scammers were bum rush scammers before Christmas. Yeah, well, the biggest one I get lately are the Medicare ones, and Medicare open enrollment, I believe, ends not next week, but the end of the following week. So we got 2 more weeks of Medicare calls. Now they will, of course, continue making those calls after the fact, but with open enrollment ending, I expect they're going to slow down. First said my cell phone carrier is a legit call center in India. Yep, there's nothing wrong with that, but the scammers have tainted, people's experiences with foreign call centers. There are some that are valid, but you can't take that chance anymore, because there's so many that aren't. There's so many that are horrible people that just want to take advantage of elderly people. And it's sad, but that's exactly what's happened. If you ever get a call from somebody, it's best to fall back on the fact that most likely what they're telling you is full of crap, and either hang up on them or call the companies directly. Do the calling yourself. Don't take a call and think you're talking to a legitimate person. If they're calling and they're claiming to be from Medicare, hang up and call Medicare directly if you need assistance. If they're calling claiming to be from your phone company or from your cable provider or your electric company, hang up the phone and call those companies directly. That's the only way for you to be sure, because when they call, there's a good chance, probably closer to 90%, that they're lying and full of crap. You know what I mean? I hate trusting. I hate the idea of trying to trust somebody who calls you up just out of the blue and starts asking you questions. Hey, Papa Smurf's here. Hey, Papa Smurf, how's it going? How can you tell which ones are real or not when they all sound the same in the background and all are named Michael? That's definitely true. The honest truth is you're never going to know for sure. You're never going to know for sure. If somebody calls you and let's say they claim they're calling from your bank, you can't believe that. You can't trust that. The only thing you can do is hang up the phone and call your bank directly, or call your cable provider, or call your electrical provider, because you can never know for sure nowadays. It's horrible if you think about it, that you can't trust people that are calling you, but honestly, you can't. You can't trust anybody calling you, And I know I've told you guys this story before. I used to work for a credit card company, and I worked in the division called early identification, in which we identified transactions that could potentially be fraud, lost, stolen card, so forth. And we would contact the customer to verify that they're making the transactions that we see coming through on their card. And every now and then we'd get somebody who would say, I don't know who you are. I have no idea what you're calling about. And we'd be like, that's perfectly fine. There's an 800 number on the back of your card. Give us a call. Call the company directly so that we can tell you, that way you know who you're talking to, and a legitimate business would have no problem whatsoever understanding that. A legitimate business that calls you for any reason whatsoever, and you are skeptical and you don't trust the person on the phone, if you're a legitimate business, no problem. Understand completely. We know what you're going through. We know what you're feeling, what you're thinking. Call the number on the back of your card. Call the number on your bill. Call the number on the website. Trust that you're calling the company directly. You don't have to believe every single person that calls you, and the companies, legitimate companies, understand that 100%. So if you ever get a call and you're not sure if it's real or not, hang up the damn phone and call the company directly. It's the best advice I can give anybody. Maria's here. Hey, Maria. Says, hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Glass Bottle says, the sad part about legit call centers, they have no clue or concept of American issues like internet problems or whatnot. That is true. Smidgen says to Manuel, hi, glad to see you. And we won't tell Drew. We also follow Vicky and Benji. Wink, wink. Very good. Berth says hi to Maria. Suzanne's here. Hey, Suzanne, how's it going? Hello from Florida, and thank you. No problem. Thank you for joining us. Manuel says happy Saturday night to Maria. Papa Smurf says, "You're digging a big hole, LOL." Yeah, I know. I was trying to get out of it as quickly as possible, but trust me, you got it. You got what I'm saying. Sarah says, "We had some haunted experiences in our house. In our house, Christmas tree fell over. My son saw a levitating shirt. We had an experience almost every day and night." Oh wow, that is kind of freaky. I don't know if I could handle it if I had incidents like that around Christmas decorations. That might scare me off of doing Christmas decorations. You know what I mean? I mean, if lights flicker, stuff moved. Manuel says, "I follow Vicky and Benji Scambait." Okay, good, good. Hey, Star Chaser's here. Hey, Star Chaser, how's it going, man? Hope everything's good. M. Musin says they don't answer questions because they don't know English. They just read scripts. That is definitely true. That is definitely true. One of the things that I find always interesting about scammers is when they're reading their script and you ask them what would be considered really a basic question, they freak out. They don't know how to answer it. All they know how to do is continue reading the script. And that's a clear sign of somebody who, number one, doesn't understand their job or what they're there to do because they don't know how to react otherwise. I find it very concerning when I get a call from somebody and they say, "Hi, I'm from XXX company." And I say, "I'm sorry, I missed that. What company did you say you were calling from?" And they have no idea how to answer that question. They kind of freak out. I've had people just simply hang up on me because they don't know what to do. They don't know how to answer a question as simple as repeat what you just said. But legitimate businesses can answer those questions. They can deviate from their scripts, So always be on the lookout for it. Manuel says, "Papa Smurf, happy Saturday night." Stealth Mod is here. Says, "I have lots of information. I am from Pakistan. How can I contact you? Contact me? Well, I'm right here." Manuel says, "Good evening to Star Chaser." Pez says, "Good day to Star Chaser." Glenn says, "All my cousins have J names: Jim, Janet, Jamie, Joel, Jay, Jeremy, Jared, and Jim." Okay, very cool. Glass Bottle says, "Lucky me, I got a call center from the Philippines, and the girl was more for a husband." Looking for a husband? Is that what you're saying? Oh goodness. Papa Smurf says, "Happy Saturday night to Manuel." Suzanne says, "I've learned a lot from you how to handle these calls." Well, very good, very good. Guys, the bottom line is, when in doubt, hang up the phone. If you feel even a slight bit uneasy, hang up the phone. You guys have the control. The worst thing that they could do is call you back, and you can hang up on them again. But I mean, legitimate businesses who call you are going to be able to, number one, answer questions and answer simple, basic questions. When you ask them something like as simple as, "Who are you calling for? Who is the person that you wish to speak to?" and they have no idea and they panic, don't waste your time. Me, I like screwing with them. I like keeping them on the phone as long as possible and poking holes in their script, and they hate it, but I love it. B. Bernie V says, December, is that supposed to be 7th? Is that what you mean by when Medicare enrollment ends? Okay. Actually, I got to get on to that soon. Glenn says Medicare is December 7th. Okay, gotcha. I thought it was the 6th or the 7th. So, okay, perfect. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's like a Thursday. It's weird that it would end on a Thursday. No, but then again, I think it started on a Sunday. Just goes to show you how screwy the government is. Manuel says to Suzanne, "Happy Saturday night." M. Mobin says, "We work for solid quotes and provide them customers to them, and in return they pay us." Well, that's what's the term? Lead generating is what that is. Now, let me ask you a question, Mosin. Do you call people who are on the National Do Not Call list, or do you guys check the National Do Not Call list before you start making calls? I'm asking this because it's very important. My number has been on the national do not call list, the Federal Trade Commission's national call do not call list since 2004, and I get numerous calls every single day. So the question is, do you guys check that list before you start calling people? I'd like to know. BB says, I think I'm going to start answering the phone with City Morgue. How may I direct your call? Always wonderful. I had a friend who told me one time that he did not answer his phone by saying hello because he was convinced that whatever automated dialing system was doing was listening for the words hello before it transferred over to a real person. So he would say something different like greetings, or he would say something other than hello to test it to see if that worked. I don't know if it ever worked or not, but that's a good one, BB. Crafty Grandma says, I don't get many scam calls either. I get bombarded with emails. I wish I did win all of the PCH money they claim I've won. Would be nice, though, wouldn't it? Yeah. Manuel says, also, Crafty Grandma, welcome to the show. Manuel says, good evening to B. Bernie B. Happy Saturday and happy Thanksgiving. Manuel says to Crafty, happy Saturday night. Glass Bottle says, sadly, anyone with an accent people hang up on and cuss them out to be scammers. See, you're absolutely right, because the majority of scammers, or pretty much, I think almost every single scammer out there has some type of foreign accent. So you're already, if you are a legitimate call center and you have a foreign accent, you are starting with a handicap from second number one. Soon as you start talking, people may doubt you, may not trust you. I mean, I think I told you guys the story about how I got a call from my bank, and the young lady that was calling, it was calling to verify an unusual charge. She had a foreign accent, and it threw me because she was asking directly for me. Usually when they're calling me, they're not asking for me, they're asking for one of my fake names that's out there, and I know it's a scam if they're asking for those names. But she asked specifically for me, and I'm like, I'm not sure. And I told her, I says, listen, I'm just going to call the bank directly. And she said, no problem, go ahead. And I did, and come to find out it was a valid charge, no big deal. But the foreign sounding accent threw me almost immediately and made me question whether or not this was an honest to gosh, attempt by my bank. Turns out it was, but because of the fact that she had a foreign sounding, and I don't even know what type of accent it was, but it was enough of a foreign accent that it immediately made me question whether or not it was honest and truthful. And turns out it was perfectly fine. Everything was good. Everything was above board. But just simply having a foreign accent can mess people up, can put people on edge, can make people doubt the legitimacy of the caller. And that is a little sad, because in this country, there are lots of different people, lots of different accents, and a lot of those people work in call centers doing legitimate work. But because of the fact the majority of scammers have some type of foreign accent, it's enough to make everybody on edge. And it should. It should make everybody be concerned about who's calling them. It's a sad point, Glass Bottle, but it's true. Stealth Mod says, have you seen my comment? Yes, I read it. Glass Bottle says, sadly. Yes, I was able to figure that out instead of sadly. Sarah says, we think the ghost might be one of my deceased parents. Oh, goodness, that would scare the crap out of me. Both my parents are still around, so they're not going, nobody's haunting me anytime soon, but I guarantee you, my mother will haunt me. She's pretty much admitted it's going to happen. So M Motion says, I know I'm saying the name wrong. I'm so sorry, dude. We have a buffer time of 120 seconds after transferring to clients. After 120 seconds, we get a sale and they pay us $12 for a supplemental plan, $150 for camp, and $100 for Social Security disability. Well, that's a lot of money to do that. That's crazy, but okay. All right. 120 seconds. So if you transfer somebody to an agent and they stay on for at least 120 seconds, then you get paid for that transfer. That's interesting. That's interesting. But still, go back. I want to know, do you call people that are on the National Do Not Call list, or do you even check the National Do Not Call list before you call people? I need to know. That's important. Manuel says, Stealth Mod, happy Saturday and happy Thanksgiving. Smidgen says, yes, it's Jason. Okay, then I have seen the trailer, and it does look interesting. I've watched the preview 5 times now, patiently waiting for January 12th. Excellent. There's a lot of good-looking movies. Got a lot of good movies coming out next year. I'm looking forward to the next Planet of the Apes. That looks good. There's a bunch of them. I hate to say it. This might be a guilty pleasure, but I'm really looking forward to the Mean Girls remake where they're making it into a musical. I don't know why. I just think that's hilarious. The thought of that. And honestly, that's something my wife would like to go see. She's also wanting to go see the new remake of Color Purple where they're making it into a musical, which, hey, if it makes her happy, I'll take her. But the Mean Girls one just, I don't know, it just looks fun. I mean, stupid, but fun. So a lot of movies coming out next year I'm interested in. Birth says, with the life insurance scam call, they transferred me to a license agent who gave me the name of the company. And when I Googled it, it said it was a fraud company. And I told him, holy crap. Well, that I could believe. Stealth Mod says, I think you guys are making videos only for views. Am I right? Well, Stealth, I'll tell you the truth. I make videos for 3 reasons. Number 1, to educate people, to expose what these people are calling about so people are aware what they're doing or what they're trying to do. Number 2 is to entertain. If you guys get a laugh out of it, great. If you thought it was enjoyable, fantastic. And number 3 is to waste these scammers' time and as much of it as possible. You know what? Saying I only do it for views, okay, sure. Who on YouTube is making videos not to get views? That's the point of the whole thing, is to get people to watch it. But honestly, I've got 3 much more pressing reasons to make videos. To educate, to entertain, and to waste these scammers' time. Because to be honest with you, if they're talking to me, they're not scamming somebody else. Stealth, I think you got to agree with me. I'm doing God's work. Oh, man, I'm going to get struck by lightning. I just know I am. I just know it. Papa Smurf says, M. Mosan, you are retaining their information before you pass it on. Well, that's also part of some of the scams. You guys who work in these foreign call centers, I've had numerous calls in which the caller called, said, I'm going to transfer you to an agent, and then they sat on the line and listened to the call as the call progressed. I've got numerous recordings of that happening. There is no way in hell you guys should be contacting people, transferring them to an agent, and then listening in on that call. None whatsoever. And if you guys do that, I don't care for how long, whether it's 5 seconds or 5 minutes, you guys should not be listening into people's personal calls. And that's another thing I want to expose, because a lot of time these scammers are just they actually transfer you to a legitimate agent. But what you don't realize is they're sitting there listening to your call. They're waiting to hear you give out your personal information. And trust me, you're going to give out information and they're keeping track of it. They're writing it down. They're tracking it or whatnot. But if that's what you're doing, dude, you know, there, as somebody once said on one of my comments, there's a special place in hell for scammers. And as I said, it's right next to people who don't clean up after their dogs and people who double park. You're all going to hell. Whew, this live stream's going crazy already, but you guys don't understand what I'm saying. Glenn says, better saying you are eating a sacred cow burger. Oh, that's not nice. It's true, but it's not nice. Manuel says, thumbs up. BB says, Drew, you are so right. I have become very suspicious now when I get calls. I hate to say it. You cannot 100% trust anybody calling you up on the phone. My wife tells me, I have to treat every single call I get as if it's a legitimate call until I know that it's a scam. Okay. And oftentimes, telling that it's a scam happens very quickly. Like if they call and they ask for Timothy or Herschel, I know those people, those names are totally, completely made up. So if they've got those names and they're calling for them, they're not a legitimate source. But if they call up and they say, "Hey, I'm calling from X and it's a business I've dealt with before," then I've got to take it seriously until I know for sure, you know? But you're absolutely right. And it really sucks that we live in a world where you can't trust the people that call you, especially because they're spoofing other people's numbers and the number you're seeing is definitely not theirs, you know? As horrible as it sounds, that's number one rule right there. You do not know who's calling you. Period. You know? If you're spoofing other people's numbers, you're despicable to begin with. So, anyway, Star Chaser says, I am once again asking for your financial support. I need to get a free estimate. How much will it cost me? Well, all depends on what you're trying to do. Glass Bottle says, they have no need to call you, uh, but we know they are scammers. In a lot of cases, that's true. Vicky's here. Hey, Vicky, how's it going? Achieved the ultimate call this week. Said I was. He wanted to call back later, maybe a while, since I had to. Escalating from there. Oh, the langles. Oh, the language. It was awesome. Very good. Very good. Stealth says, I am trying to share those informations to YouTubers, but no one replies to me. Washing hands. Okay. Well, Stealth, I'm curious as to know what information you want to share with YouTubers. I mean, this is an opportunity for you to let us know and tell us what it is you want to share with us. This is an open forum, and as you can see, I read all the comments. So put something, that people might find interesting or informative into the comments, and let's read it and find out what you're talking about. Birth says, he said that's not true. I said so. I can't read. I said, so I can't read and read what I see in front of me. And he said, don't believe anything you read. Guys, that's usually the response of a liar, of somebody who's trying to deceive you. You don't believe what you see or read. Trust me. Manuel says, Vicky, happy Saturday night. Glass Bottle says, use an ad blocker to block the scan searches. Okay. M says, dear Papa Smurth, we submit journey, I don't know what that is, and send to clients. That's why we need information on customers. You still haven't answered that question about the do not call list, dude. I'm very curious to know whether or not you even check that list before you start calling people. Vicky says, thank you to Manuel, also to you. Darlene says, I had to explain to my husband and boys about these scam calls. We started getting those Amazon calls. Had to tell hubby they just wanted to connect to your computer. That is absolutely 100% true. They call you and tell you that somebody's using your computer to place Amazon orders that you didn't make, and they need to cancel the order by having you download an application. Usually it's AnyDesk or something similar to that. It's a legitimate application, but it allows you to give a third party access to your computer. And that's exactly what they want to do. They want to steal the information off of your computer, and they want you to give it to them willingly. How scary is that? But it's the truth. Also, AnyDesk can be downloaded and used off of your cell phone, smartphone. So if they call and they want to add it to your smartphone, don't do it. Don't give them permission in any way to access your account or your computer or phone. Baby says, haha, Glenn. Yeah, I should say that next time. Laugh out loud. Sacred cow. Go for it. Codlink says, I lost my call center job when the company outsourced to India. The thing that hurt the most, we trained the Indian scam killer before we got sacked. Yep, that is a very common thing. Actually, I worked for a credit card company for about 25 years, almost 25 years, but it's been 5, 6, 7, it's been about 8 years since I worked there. And we did have a portion of our particular department that was outsourced to India, and they did a lot of very simple calls. Like if a customer was calling and they just wanted to know their balance or something simple like that. But if it was something serious, where like a lost or stolen card, it came to somebody in the US to handle. But it was basic question and answers that the call center had. And I don't know if they saved money or not. I have no idea if they did or not, but we always ended up having issues with it, because if the calls escalated beyond the basic questioning, they had to transfer it to somebody in the US anyway. So I don't know if it saved them money or not. I'm sure there's a bean counter out there somewhere that said we're going to pay X amount of money and we're going to save Y amount of money, and it's worth doing it. Yeah, but then I hate to say it, back then it wasn't as prevalent, maybe. Nowadays, it's something that you risk your customers' loyalty and dedication to your company when the calls they're getting are from foreign call centers, or if they're calling the company, they get a foreign call center. You kind of hurt yourself a little bit by doing that. But then again, if you save X amount of money, maybe it's worth it. But oh well. We live in a time where people just need to be very cautious of what they're doing. Tim says, I got calls from the credit card when I traveled. This year, I checked the box on their website so I would be in Florida. Did the same exact thing when we went out of the country to Aruba. I had one card that I was taking. Well, I had a couple of cards I had on me, like emergency cards, but I had one primary card that I knew I was going to use while I was there. I went on the website. I made sure they were aware of it. I showed exactly where I was going and what dates. Never had a problem. Not a problem at all. Now, had I lost my card, that would have been a whole different story. But I did not have any issues whatsoever using the card or anything. So it can be done, and it's very simple. So everybody, if you're going to travel outside of your normal area, whether it be your home or your state, and you're going to have a specific card or cards that you're going to use, it's a good idea to let them know you're traveling, so that, number one, your service is interrupted. There isn't any hold being placed on your account because they know you're going out of town. Number two, it's a good idea because the last thing you want to do is be in a situation where you need your card to work and it doesn't. So, but it happens. Jim says, told my friends in Pennsylvania to watch your videos to learn how to deal with those scammers. Well, honestly, what I do is fun. So if that's what you guys are doing, that's great. But remember, I always say, you can just hang up on them if you want to. Pamela says, happy Saturday. Welcome to the show, Pamela. Hope you're having a good one. Manuel says, happy Saturday to Pamela. Marcus is here, says, hello, bro. Hey, welcome to the show, my friend. Darlene says, one night I felt something kick in my leg on the couch. We caught orbs on our camera. I saw a shadow moving in the basement and heard a voice. I would not be living there anymore. I'd be long gone. I have a tendency. If I wake up in the middle of the night and I hear something, a noise, I am 99.9% sure it's one of the damn cats. So I don't freak out about it. But if I saw, shadows, heard voices, nope, I don't think I could handle it. Pamela says, go get those scammers. You do a great job. Well, thank you. Thank you. Pez says, good day to Pamela. Pamela says, hello to everybody. Manuel says, hello to Marcus. Glass Bottle says, true scammers get messed up when you get scammers fouled up on their scripts. Yes, it's very easy to do that too. Just simply ask them a basic question. I always find it hilarious and sad at the same time when the question you ask is something as simple as, I'm sorry, what company are you calling from? Or another one, who are you trying to reach? Who are you calling for? Or, I'm sorry, what was your name again? And they freak out. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to say. I love it, but it's sad at the same time, Suzanne says, I've blown dog whistles into the phone and they still call back. I used to, when I was not at home, I was in the car and a call would come in. I would say, hold on just 1 second. And I would jack up the radio and blare it in the phone. And I know that's mean. I know that's mean. And that's something you shouldn't do to anybody, and or blow a whistle, or, get one of those foghorns. That's really bad. Honestly, I find simply keeping them on the phone and wasting as much of their time as possible is more satisfying than just blasting the radio at them. But that's just me. Smidgen says, I had a scam caller this week named Daniel for my TV service, and I started talking dirty to me. So I handed the phone, which was on speaker, to my husband, who told him off. Oh, very good. Very good. That's always a good thing. Hey, Anita, how's it going? Says hi. Anita says hi to everyone. Anita, welcome back to the show, man. All right, all right. Glenn says, City Morgue, you stab them, we slab them. That's a good one. Manuel says, hello to Anita. Happy Saturday night. Glass Bottle says, sneaky Pakistani scammers are watching this live stream. Well, that's fine. Anybody's allowed to watch. I don't mind. Suzanne says, I get calls every 15 to 30 minutes. There are days when, what's so funny, there's probably been some recordings or videos that I've released where I'm on a call and another call comes in right afterwards, and then even another call comes in right. Sometimes that phone does not stop ringing. It's crazy, but it does. Pez says good day to Anita. Anita says hi to Manuel. Papa Smurf says, I have asked for a supervisor. When I hear the accent, I first see if they have an accent, then explain why I felt uncomfortable and ask for someone from the States. Laugh out loud. That is a legitimate thing you can ask. Now, if they become offended by it, by your request, there's issues there. But most professional places, if you ask to speak to somebody else, they shouldn't have an issue with it. Now, they may take offense to it, but you know what? They're there to do a damn job. And if they're going to do their job well, you need to be comfortable talking to them. And if you're not, that's an issue, Anita says hi to Pez. ING says hi to all and to everyone. Welcome to the show. Manuel says hello to ING. ING says everyone G is my gooder English. It's all right. The fact that I could read it is just kind of scary. Pez says good day. BB says, my best friend in Florida, her son-in-law is Indian, and he's a really great guy. It's a shame that the scammers are giving India and the Indians a bad image or reputation. What's so sad is I've actually spoken to some people who live in India, and they are pissed off about it as well, because it's... What's the best way to say this? Stereotyping somebody or profiling somebody, as bad as it sounds, when it's real, when it's truthful, when it's the honest to gosh truth that everybody deals with every single day, it's just frustrating. People get offended when I get calls from people that claim to be from the U.S. healthcare department. It's like, and I ask them, why is it that everybody I talk to from the U.S. healthcare department has an Indian accent or a foreign accent? And it's not racist. It's not trying to be mean. It's just pointing out a fact, But anyway. Marcus says, hello, right now I'm working in pizza as an order taker. Before I was working in a call center where we dial different stuff like Medicare, Obamacare, FE. I can tell how to rid of these calls. Well, tell everybody. I personally am not trying to get rid of them. I like getting the calls. I love messing with them. So it's okay with me if they want to call. ING says hi to Pez. Mohusin says, we call people through a special dialer. Managers run a file for almost 20,000 numbers. They include DNC numbers. Some of the DNC numbers are rejected, but some of the numbers are not rejected. We hang up DNC numbers. I wish that was true with all of them. But like I said, I am been on the do not call list, and I have double checked and made sure since 2004 that both my telephone numbers are on the national do not call list, and I get 25, 35 calls a day. Okay, so I understand there's an automatic dialer and a special dialer, but yeah, it's disgusting when people call people on the national do not call list. We have that thing for a reason. But then again, foreign call centers could care less about laws here in the U.S., and that's one of the reasons why they just completely and utterly ignore it. So, if you guys are not calling numbers on the national do not call list, then good for you. Good for you. Papa Smurf says, "Hello, new people coming in." Yes, welcome. Manuel's thumbs up. Very good. Smidgen says, "BB, I agree. Our pharmacist is Indian, the nicest and most helpful man I've ever met." Well, that's very good. Darlene says, "Stealth Mod, we are a family here. We share our experiences here and enjoy chatting." That is absolutely true. Suzanne says, "That happens with my husband's account not too long ago when he had a hacked card and it went to the bank. It turned out it was a scam call." You really, really have got to be careful when they're calling you. That's the bottom line. Glass Bottle says, "Just don't call people just to scam on our dime, so get another job." That's true. Well, I hate to say it, but in a world, in a country where that's the only job that's available for a lot of people, it's sad, but in a lot of cases that is true. ING says, "Sad that when I field my mom's with dementia's calls and hear the accent, I'm super skeptical." ING, that's almost exactly what happened to me. My wife's grandmother was diagnosed with onset dementia, and we moved in and helped take care of her for almost a year. And I was blown away by all the calls that she got at her home number from scammers, constantly coming in. I mean, granted, she was in her 80s, so she was already a prime target. But somebody with dementia, it's a horrible thing. So good for you for fielding the calls. Absolutely. Hey, Bill's here. Hey, Bill, how's it going? Here we are again. Well, welcome to the show, Bill. M. Mohan says, "We also check numbers through the TCPA." Okay, very good. Bill says, "Hand pink waving, face blue smiling." Marcus says, "I can tell you most of the senders also call on the national or state do not call list." Yeah, well, the simple fact that they do that is usually something that really ticks me off. The whole reason for that list is so that you don't get those annoying calls every day, all day long. But they don't care. They absolutely don't, because they can't. The U.S. government can't do anything about it. They can't stop it. They can't punish a foreign call center for making calls to people who are on the national do not call list. So what do they care? Manuel says, "Hi to Bill. Happy Saturday night." Glass Bottle says, "Please don't be a troll." That's all right. Trolls are okay, as long as they don't stink. Bill says, "I had to rush to mow my lawn before the rain." Oh, goodness. Sarah says, "Planet of the Apes movie scares the crap out of me." Really? Okay. The originals or the remakes? The remakes are actually pretty good, not counting the Mark Wahlberg one. We're not going to count that one. Even though I actually had a lot of fun with that one, it wasn't a great movie. Bill says to Manuel, pink hand waving. Very good. Maynard's Moreland says, "Anytime you hear a bloop sound on the phone, hang up or have fun with them for some choice Hindi swear words." I don't know any, but I probably should need to learn some. By the way, any of you out there listen to I believe it was Today's Short. It was a call that I got where the person's microphone was on and they were talking, and of course they're talking in a foreign language, so I have no idea what they said. Anybody out there, I haven't read my comments on the channel on the video yet to see if anybody was able to translate what they were saying, but I'm always curious as to what conversation I might have been privy to, without knowing. So ING says, stealth, if you have parents with dementia, you be educated by all of these amazing squads. Okay. Vicky's here. Hey, Vicky says, nice scam. Exorcist via the phone. We get rid of unwanted spirits and relatives. We just need your social security number to proceed. I can't remember. Did I sometimes some of the videos that I put out, they kind of all run together, so I forget what they're about. I had one recently, I think it was today's bonus video, in which the guy's trying to get my information from me and he's asking for everything, including my social security number. And it's like, his guy hasn't even asked my name. You know, he hasn't even asked what my name was. I mean, I don't think he ever asked my name, but he was right there on top trying to get my social. So crazy. Manuel says to Maynard, happy Saturday night. Maynard says, thanks, Manuel. You too. Glenn says, lightning bolts. Papa Spurs and smiley face, sad face, or crying face. Sorry. Star Chaser says, thanks for calling Jeremy's Meat Market. If anyone can bear your meat better than Jeremy can, we'll beat the meat for free. So sad. So sad. Glass Bottle says, the legit hired scammers to make these calls. Well, the sad fact is sometimes that is also true. Glass Bottle says, if they have a heavy accent, they are a scammer, period. Good chance. M. Mosin says, if we call a DNC numbers, they will sue us if we transfer them to a U.S. agent. I have had conversations in which the transfers were being made to the agent, and the agent came on and said, this is a do not call number, and has disconnected. So, I mean, they know it when it's coming through. So the simple fact you called in the first place is disgusting and should be, you should be penalized for that. But, we have laws in this country, and the National Do Not Call list is supposed to keep people from getting unwanted solicitation calls. And if you're working for a company that's calling those numbers, knowing that it's on the National Do Not Call list, I got nothing to say, man. Nothing to say except you're gonna get every bit of time-wasting opportunity that I can give you. Bill says, I saw an electric handicap cart get parked in front of a shopping cart return style. What are they? What the hey? Oh, goodness. David's here. Hey, David. David says, hey. Glenn says, saw a video where a lady put her cell phone under a metal pie pan and banged it with a wooden spoon. Oh, good. To what result? Smidgen says to Maynard, I agree. Manuel says, hi to David. Benny says, I look at the number, I answer. Scammers anonymously. We make you honestly. How can I help you? Scammer hangs up. That's good. That's good. Pez says, good day to Bill. David says, I can't believe I made it to a live one. Laugh out loud. Okay, well, welcome. Star Chaser says, I just hand the phone to my 4-year-old and tell him it's Santa waiting to talk to him. That's good. You know what's so funny, guys? I was on a call with one of my coworkers through Teams, so it was through the computer, and I had my headphones on and my microphone, and I'm talking to her, and a call came in, and I answer. If it's just her, she knows I take these calls all the time and screw with them. So if it's my boss, I ignore the call, but if it's her, I'll take the call. And I forgot exactly what we were doing, but I was just screwing with the scammer, and she's yelling in my ear, let me talk to him, let me talk to him. She's like, she wanted to talk to him so bad. I said, next time I'll let you talk to him. I'll pull out the headphones so that her voice comes out of the speakerphone so that she can hear him. Oh, hold on a second, guys. You know I'm on a live stream right now, right? Oh, yes, it's Saturday, you dork.
I just pulled into my parents' house.
Oh, well, good. Well, listen, can I call you back? I'm getting ready to wrap up.
Oh, yeah, call me back.
All right, I'll call you back.
Okay, bye.
Bye. That was my buddy Todd. He's actually in Jacksonville, or he's in Florida right now for the holidays, and we're supposed to get together sometime tomorrow. What an idiot. He knows I live stream with you guys at Saturday night, so that's so sad. Bill says hi to Pez. Pez says good day to David. Let's see. Smidgen says, Drew, you nailed it. Reply to Stealth. Well, I'm just being honest, you know. Bill says to Star Chaser, it's a full moon tonight. Yes, it is. I saw that outside when I was coming home. Gorgeous full moon. Papa Smurf says, I'm begging to question the YouTube's ad. Every click now is an ad for 1,100 spending cards or 550,000 to use for full utility bills, rent, etc. Just a few questions for 60 seconds. You know, I don't know how much I would believe them, but you do realize that YouTube and Facebook and Instagram, if somebody buys ad space on their platforms, they don't care if it's legitimate or not. You know, it matters not to them. It's buyer beware for everybody. So do scammers advertise on these platforms? Abso-frickin-lutely. Glass Bottle says, you tell the scammers I'll check my account. Bill says, do you know what company headhunters are? I am familiar with headhunters. Sarah says, Darlene, that sounds like what happens at my house. Oh, goodness. Tattle says, some scam baiters have figured out how to hack the scammers' computers when they use AnyDesk. I'm not smart enough for that, Tattle. I tell you the truth right now. I'm not, when it comes to that, I am not technical savvy on that at all. So that's not something I would even attempt to do. Anita says, someone hacked my cell phone. How do I fix it? Get a new cell phone. That's probably your best bet. Honestly, I have no idea. Glenn says, Drew, do you also get scam texts? I do, but same thing with the emails. I barely have time to check them and look into them. I'm dealing with the telephone calls all day long, so, you know, it's just the way it goes. I know I get them because I get a pop-up every now and then. You have a text went to your scam or your spam folder, scam folder. I know I've got dozens and dozens in there, but I never even look at them. So Papa Smurf says, laugh out loud star on the phone. Yeah. Glassball says, that's why the outsourcing crap needs to be stopped. If companies lost money when they did that, when they outsourced, they would change. But as long as they're making money or saving money, they're not going to stop doing it, you know? Smidgen says, so for the record of some people here, Medicare cards cards not to expire. The feds are not sending out new ones with gold chips. Those scam pitch needs to stop. Yeah, well, more people need to be aware that Medicare is not, number one, Medicare is not calling people. So if somebody calls claiming to be from Medicare, it's a big, huge red warning sign. You know, they're not sending new cards. They're not sending plastic chip cards. That's just not happening. Oh, ING sent me $1.99. Says thank you for all you educate us. Well, fantastic. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. Tim says our local Hardee's has set up some kind of automated order voice. It was terrible. Really? Oh boy. Mosan says on a lighter side, which country is better, Pakistan or India? I have no idea. Both countries have the same history when they are occupied by Britain, and after independence, both became enemies. Well, you know. Actually, I'm not sure. Yes, I could point out India on a map. I honestly don't know if I could point out Pakistan on a map. I don't know if well, there's probably 20 states in the U.S. that I couldn't point out on a map either. I know some of the ones on the edges. The ones in the middle, no idea. Never been there, so I don't know. Papa Smurf says 100% glass. The outsourcing people might need money and sell the info. That is true. BB says, I really appreciate you and all the scam baiters and what you do. Well, thank you so much. Smidgen says to M. Moen, who has the better food? That should be the qualifier, Smidgen. Who's got the better food? You know? BB says, yikes to Darlene. Glass Bottle says, kitties of the night, laugh out loud. Bill says, am I here or am I Memorex? Yeah, probably Memorex. Marcus says, hi to Manuel. ING says to Glass Bottle, agree. Manuel says, Drew, I see your cat Betsy in the video in your office. Yep, she was visiting me the other day while I was recording. Papa Smurf says to M. Motion, so it's all Britain's fault? Sad. Bill says, wasting their time keeps them from scamming someone. That is true. Barry's here. Hey, Barry says, when they ask you, who am I talking to? I ask, who did you call? And they hang up immediately. It confuses them. That is true. It's not in their script. Vicky says to M. Mosen, I just recently learned the history behind that, ironically, from the Disney Plus series Miss Marvel. It was well done on the show. What a horrible time for all involved. You know what's so funny? The wife and I went and saw the new Captain Marvel movie, The Marvels, and the best person, the best actress on that entire movie was the young lady who plays Miss Marvel, the young girl. And my wife, after the movie was over, she says, they really didn't explain much about her. And I said, well, that's because she has her own show on Disney Plus. She and I completely, well, no, I shouldn't say completely missed it. I had heard it was more of a kid's show, so I skipped it altogether. And the wife was like, well, I'm curious. So she watched the show and she really enjoyed it. And, you know, it just goes to show, you know, sometimes there's more information to find out, and you can learn stuff from TV. I don't know how true that is, but yeah. Mike's here. Hey, Mike says, oh, Thanksgiving, I did not get a Medicare call. I got 3 that day. Manuel says, hey to Barry. Tim says, I worked at a wastewater plant next to a cemetery at night. It was always spooky. Oh, geez. M. Mohan says, when you say who are you calling from? Who are you trying to reach? What was your name again? They hang up on us because they know you are not going to be their customer. 80% of people know what you are saying. See, I disagree with that 100%, okay? You're saying that they hang up because they know you're not going to be a customer. Asking some things like simple questions like, who are you calling from? Or who are you trying to reach? Or what is your name? Those are very, very simple, basic questions. And to be honest with you, if you're calling and the person you're trying to reach is of an older generation, they may be hard of hearing. So when you say, hi, my name's Bill calling from this company about this, and they ask you to repeat any of that, if you simply hang up because they're not going to be a customer, that's BS. That's bullcrap. I don't agree. I don't understand that logic whatsoever. Asking you to repeat a question, asking you to repeat a statement is not, I'm not going to be a customer. I didn't hear what you said. I don't know what you're talking about. Repeat it. Heaven forbid should you not be able to read your own script, you know? BB says, if I don't feel like dealing with them, I put my phone on do not disturb. Then only those that I have a star next to name gets through. I have never tried that, to be honest with you. I take all calls. I take all comers. Pamela says, sick of the scammers. That is true. M. Mobin says, Papa Smurf sounds like you hate Britain. No, that's not what he was saying. Why would you imply that? Honestly, he was probably just being sarcastic. And I know sarcasm does not come through text or chats like this. But why would you immediately go to, well, you must hate Britain? That's kind of dumb, dude. Papa Smurf said, it's called street smarts. Good job, man. Glass Bottle says, what gets me, why are they legit Indian people not chasing them after these scammers? That is true. Why are not legitimate business owners, legitimate politicians, legitimate police officers, why are they not doing something about the troubles in their own country? They're the ones that should be responsible. If you're a business and you're next to another business that all they do is scam call center, find a way to get that business shut down. You know, they should be doing something about it. And otherwise they're just like, hands off. Hey, it's not my deal. It's not my thing. But it makes everybody over there look bad. And that is on them. That is absolutely 100% on them. David says, it seems that others think everyone is racist, even the things that aren't. I know. That's true. Oh my goodness. We're already 15 minutes over. Guys, I'm going to try to wrap this up real quick. So let's see what the last few comments are. Barry says, my mom went to India 20 or 25 years ago and told me about all the advertisements that they had for English speaking call center callers and how they will provide fake American names for their workers. Yep. I'm fairly certain that everybody that calls me that says their name is Michael or James or whatnot, that ain't their real name. And I call them out on it when I can. Smidgen says, I live across the street from our town cemetery. It's family, friends, and other town folks who are there, and it doesn't bother me. I drive by a cemetery where I actually know people that are there, and I don't even think about it, to be honest with you. It's kind of out of sight, out of mind, you know? But then again, Papa Smurf says to M Motion, when I hear Britain, when I hear British or Britain, something bad follows. Charles is here. Hey, Charles, how's it going? Says, hi, YouTube family. Your YouTube video is funny. What you said about the bed? What you said about the bed? Not sure what you're talking about. The bed? Glass Bottle says, are you admitting you're a scammer? Well, I don't think any scammer would admit they're a scammer. So Vicky says to Smidgen, quiet neighbors laugh out loud. That's funny. Tim says, great conversation tonight. All right, excellent. Yeah, I can do this by myself. I prefer to have my my guy with me, but I can handle it, you know. Manuel says, I still get emails from scammers and the PCH I delete in trash. Very good. Manuel says, yes, great conversation about scammers, my friend Drew. Oh, yes, absolutely. M Motion says to Glass Bottle, we are even not allowed to scam people, even in our religion. So how can we do things like that which are not allowed even in your religion? I know some people don't care, but we do care. Dude, I'm not sure that's a very good argument. Saying that people don't scam because it's against their religion. There's a lot of people out there that do stuff that's against their religion, their beliefs, their morals. And there's a lot of people that think that's how you survive, by stealing, by killing. I'm not that I'm saying I'm telling anybody to go out there and kill anybody, but there are people out there that believe I have to steal, I have to lie, I have to cheat in order to survive. Falling back on religion, that's a weak ass argument, dude. Weak. Good try though. Mike says, how do scammers find my number? Honestly, sometimes they just make it up. You never know. Manuel says hi to Mike. M. Mohan says to Mr. Mike Richards, they buy your numbers from vendors in the United States. They do that as well. Glass Bottle says to him, practice what you preach, and bottom line, don't, and stop scamming, period. I don't know if he's a scammer. I really don't. I'm not going to put that marker on him, but you know, a lot of what he described is a lot of the stuff I deal with every single day. So Smidgen says, I'm on the DNC list and I get a lot of calls during the week. Yep. Barry says, the other day I got a call offering me free health insurance, and then 10 minutes later I got one from a free funeral. I thought that was a little ominous. Yes. Little foreboding there. Yes. Junior says, hey, I think it's funny. Most of the people call me now just to annoy me, and I say I'm 68 years. Laugh out loud. They did a reverse phone lookup and told my age. I've had calls in which they've actually asked for me. They said, may I speak to Andrew? And I said, this is he. And they're like, do you have Medicare? And I said, yeah, sure I do. And then they go, wait a minute, you're only, and they know my real age. And I'm like, then why the hell did you call me in the first place if you already knew that? You know? Anyway, I was like, then why did you call? Yeah, there you go. Exactly. Manuel says hi to Junior. Junior says, happy Saturday to you too. Bill says, I had to stop. Stop what? M Motion says to Glassbone, I am practicing what I'm preaching. Okay. Bill says, step away. Sorry, I missed anyone telling me hello. Nobody did, Bill. Nobody did. You're welcome to the show, Bill. Hey, Cross is here. Hey, Rick. How's it going, my friend? He says, hi, all. Glass Bottom says, then stop scamming. Oh, come on, guys. Emmanuel says, hiya, Cross. Happy Saturday. Vicky says to Barry, laugh out loud, I act shocked on the funeral ones, and I ask if they know something I don't. Then I go off on a hysterical rambling about how I have to get my affairs in order and don't have time to talk. I've often said to them when they call, I said, "Wait a minute, did my doctor refer to you? I just had some tests done today. What is he trying to imply?" It always freaks them out a little bit. Pez says, "Good day to Cross." Motion says, "We don't scam, brother. As I said this earlier, that we sell life insurance, Part C for Medicare and many other companies. We don't even take their personal info other than their name and zip." Well, then maybe you are one of the honest ones. But once again, I fall back on the do not call list question. So Justin's here. Hey, says, "I'm late but here. Someone say hack any desk. Who would ever do that?" Wink, wink, right, sir? Justin says, "Only scammers, any desk." Yes. Bill says, "Off topic. My city stopped taking glass and plastic bags after they gave up recycling bins for it." Really? Huh. Manuel says, Justin. Oh, he's not saying Justin. He's saying hello to Justin. Sarah says all of the movies. Yes. Justin says hello to Manuel. Oh, Jim sent me $2. Thank you, Jim. I appreciate it. All right, guys, we're going to wrap up real quick. Bill says, "Can we all become the lawnmower man?" No, let's not do that. Papa Smurf says, "Best Buy outsourced. It's upsetting that to all their longtime customers. You couldn't be in the parking lot and call the store. You would end up with overseas, Germany, India, Philippines, or Africa." That stinks. I hate to say it, guys. Best Buy is going downhill very quickly. One of my regulars was telling me how they're not going to carry movies anymore in the stores next year. You're gonna have to order anything directly online. So, which is sad. Cross says, "Be happy." Okay, thanks. Giving says, "Oh, happy Thanksgiving, my American friends." Well, thank you very much, Mr. Canadian. Papa Smurf says, "Ditto to Cross." Manuel says, "Happy Thanksgiving for my Canadian." Laugh out loud, says Papa Smurf to Bill. ING says, "I didn't pay attention to my phone Thanksgiving Day. My dad was not pleased." Bill says, "Wire nut? Wire nut? I don't know what that is." ING says, "Hi to Cross. Thanks for the mod." Justin says, "They pay them off, and now they are starting to move call centers into apartments." Yeah, I've gotten a lot of calls in which I can hear in the background, stuff you would hear talking to somebody in their home. So there's probably a lot more people working from home for these things. David says, "I have to go. Thanks for a great live stream." Well, thank you, David, for joining us. I appreciate it immensely. Bill says, don't shortcut our comments. We will be glad you answer everyone." I'm trying. Barry says, "I call them out on the fake names too. I told the last one, I may not know things, but I know that Indians don't name their kids Chad." M. Mohin says, "We had a cultural differences. I crack a joke. You took it seriously." Dude, once again, it's sarcasm through texting, through comments. You don't get sarcasm through it, so please don't be offended. And if you are offended, there's really not much I can do about it. I try not to offend anybody. Everyone is welcome. Notice how I read all of your comments and didn't, bash you at all. Dude, I appreciate you coming in and talking to us. So, all right, back to the chat. Pez says, "Take care and stay safe, everybody. Respect from the Oz, and have a great day and night, everyone." ING says, "Night to Pez. Take care." Bill says, "Yes, you have a time limit. I'm working on it." Bill says, "I donate to charity, but some charities sold my name and address to a mailing list. Now I get 3 times the junk mail. So sad." Absolutely 100% true that does happen. Papa Smurf says, "Emotion, I got it. Laugh out loud. Just like when they say my name is Michael. Oh my gosh, the Archangel. Click." And Mosen says, "If you think it's a scam, then I am quitting my job. Well, I'm not saying that you work for a scam center. I'm saying there are a lot of scam centers out there doing very similar or claiming to be calling for the same exact things you're saying you do. You know, it's not on us to trust everybody that calls us. It's on you to prove you're truthful and honest to them, to every person you call. Smidgen says, our federal government is taking harder looks at scammers, and I just watched a C-SPAN committee meeting last week, and they talked to witnesses. Oh, well, I'm sure that's going to get a lot of stuff done. M. Mohan says, love you, bro. Good night to you. Good morning to me. Take care, man. Join us. We do this every Saturday night. You're more than welcome to join us anytime, dude. Have a good one. Justin says, have a good night, everybody. Bill says, sorry, sometimes my comments are unedited smudge. Hey, I'm the one that's sitting here talking. You know, I can't. I try. ING says, hit the like button. Oh, yes, please. I always forget to mention that. Thank you, ING. Papa Smurf says, Bill, you're a gem. Yes, he is. Tim says, good night, all. Smidgen says, Google your name and you'll find yourself a number of people find our websites. I've done that before. That's very scary, what they have out there. And you can opt out of them. I don't ever do that. I want the calls. I'll take them. But I was very surprised at how many people's names came up under my phone number and my wife's phone number. Pretty scary. Charles says, when you said that the scammers, what sexual permission you'd like it was funny. Oh, I was being honest with them. They were asking. All right, for those of you who don't know what we're talking about here, one of the calls came in and the lady was asking me about my medical history and asked if I had HIV. And I'm like, whoa. I'm not giving you this personal information. That's like me asking you, what's your favorite sexual position? You know, it's none of my business, you know? And she didn't understand what I was talking about. Stealth Mod says, you didn't share contact? What are you talking about? Share contact. I can be contacted through this channel, through this chat. If you need to ask me a question, type it in. No, that's not happening. BB says, I'm still here, but going to say goodnight all. All right, BB, have a good one. Papa Smurf says, integrity and morals, where you always win the race. Stealth Mo's asking for my email address. Vicky says, YouTube for the streams. Have a good night, y'all. Smidgen says, good night, Vicky. And last but not least, Crafty Grandma says, have a wonderful evening, everyone. Great live stream to you. Fantastic. Thank you guys so much for joining. I hope you all have a very safe, happy weekend. Please be safe all week long. Always remember, if you get calls like the ones I get, either hang up on them or screw with them like I do. And always remember, if you do screw with them, try to record it and share it with everybody. As we always say, screw and share. All right, everybody. Hope you all have a safe weekend. And